Okay, hey everybody. This is the after show for session 11 of Curse of the Crimson Throne. We wrapped up chapter 1 and started chapter 2. If you're familiar with the story, or if you're not familiar with the story, the queen goes to execute Trinia, which is the bard that they had rescued from before. The hero named Blackjack intervenes, and the party has an opportunity to sort of influence the outcome. In the specific case, they opted to try and help, and they were modestly successful. There wasn't a lot of combat or otherwise mechanical activity going on. I didn't think I was going to need any conversions, but I did wind up modifying the wand. So there was a wand of Cure Moderate Wounds. And I just changed this to Cure Wounds with charges, since there's no moderate wounds. You can upcast Cure Wounds, though, so they're able to spend as many as 3 charges in each wand use if they want to. This wand does not recharge, has a fixed number of charges. That's a variant rule in the DMG, so I'm comfortable with that. Plus, it's healing, so I don't want to, give them infinite healing. In general, the prepared pins were all images and a handout. It was talkie. Not probably the best writing in the world in that way. There should have been some punctuation, if you will, because it's all relatively one note. There's no combat, no exploration. It's all social and story interaction. But, these are relatively rare in terms of this adventure. So, it's an indulgence, if you will. So I thought, that we'd do 4 or 5 of these, and we came pretty close. Let's see, we did all but the last 2. So they encountered Cressida a little earlier than I had originally anticipated. Not a big deal, didn't change very much. If you're following the story, I've moved the disbanding of the city guard forward just a little as well. I'm just trying to make it more clear, more cut and dried, and do a cleaner transition over to the different patron in Vencarlo. So, yeah, little artistic license with the adventure. Not a lot, but a little. And so the party are no longer formally members of the guard, because there is no former guard to be a member of, unless you happen to be a Grey Maiden. So there's that. I didn't give them a ton of space to do stuff, but it didn't seem like there were a lot of people that wanted to do stuff, so I kind of read the room on that and assumed that, they're okay without, shopping trip in here or what have you. They did go back to the harrowing shop to rest and had, I think, the opportunity to assert themselves if they wanted to, but it didn't seem like they did. Yeah, so we did another harrowing reading. I really need to make this into a table. Fantasy Grounds supports this, and it would sure be faster. So I will probably spend some time doing that. It's not exactly difficult. I just haven't done it, and getting there and rolling out the harrowing with the dice method that they recommend, and then trying to look it up on the table and then compare it to the character. It's like a pain in my butt. So my bad on that. Kind of made for a boring part of the night. Yeah, I think that's it. Not a ton that happened tonight. It was a lot of one player being directly involved and everybody else kind of being involved. That's a bad thing. It's the way it goes sometimes. The next chapter or next encounter, next event is going to be relatively quiet as well. They don't know that, but it's going to be also talkie for 2 more scenes, and then hopefully we get into something a little more interesting. But we'll cover that next time. I'll let you know how that went next time we do one of these. Appreciate you if you're following along so far. Relatively uneventful night, but more to come as we work our way through this. We are on chapter 2, so it's one down completely in the books. Thank you for sticking it out this long, and we'll talk to you all later. Have a good night.